Welcome everybody to the Bronze Tacos Nerfed League, the double-header edition, double-decker edition, if you will. I am Chaos Axel, your host. Joining me in the booth today is Daisy 2K. How are you, Daisy?
Hello, everybody. I'm good today. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just psyching myself up for this long couple of games we're going to have in front of us. Because for those who aren't immediately aware, we actually are running two matches back to back. CATastrophe had to reschedule one of their games, so they said, "Hey, why not just do them back to back?" So they're more sadists than I am, but I respect them for it.
Yep.
But all right, and with that, it is time. I'm just going to confirm with both teams that they are indeed ready to go, and then we'll get this juggernaut of games going here. Starting on Nepal today for the first map. It's going to be, in this matchup, in case I hadn't said it in my haste, is the Nacho Daddies versus CATastrophe. So we are most of the way through the season, over the halfway point, so maps more than ever meaning a lot for teams to be able to get a lead and a leg up in the standings. So let's see here. I am going to, for curiosity's sake, while I am waiting for the teams to ready up, take a look at where our standings are right now. So I know CATastrophe is up at the top, obviously. They have 8 wins, right under our current leaders with Rebel Squad at 9. Nacho Daddies, unfortunately, right now, kind of riding at the bottom with only 1 map win. So, theoretically, if they were to 3-0, that jacks them up to tie. There is currently, it looks like, a 3-way tie for 5th place. So, any maps that they can win today are essential for them to try and get their legs up and try and work their way into the top 4 for playoffs. Meanwhile, on the other side, CATastrophe, just any wins that they take are further nails in the coffin and more reasons for Rebel Squad to sweat to potentially lose that first place. Okay, so Daisy, what are you thinking about today? What are you hoping to see?
I'm really excited because I love both teams in this current matchup, and I've seen a lot of good things from them. I have almost exclusively casted for Nacho Daddies matches, so I'm always a big fan. And always a big fan of CATastrophe. I love their team and I love what they're going with. So like I'm really waiting for some action-packed like matches here.
Definitely. The Nacho authority with me today. That's good to have. And I have casted quite a few CATastrophe games at this point, so I'm somewhat familiar with what they've got here. A lot of their core people are here. I have confirmation from, both captains that we are ready to go, so we're going to roll with it. Get ourselves going into Nepal here. And just while we have a bit of an interim here, just to kind of explain, again, since this is a doubleheader, we will be cutting the stream and taking at least a 10-minute break in between the matches, just to give CATastrophe a chance to recover and, well, give us a chance to recover our voices after all of the action I'm sure we're going to see here. So, but yeah, other than that, we're going to be starting on, what is it, Shrine, I think it is? Or is this Village? I forget the name of it. But either way,
I think it's just fine.
the raised platform one with no death pit, or at least the death pit that's not really a convenient place to make it a death pit. And no boats that I'm aware of.
No boats.
Sad.
A shame.
Well, they're hopefully rotting at the bottom of the mountain. But, alright, here we go. We're going to get our first glimpses of the rosters here, see what we're going to get. Okay, CATastrophe immediately locking in what I assume is going to be their play, and that's an interesting setup. Running a Symmetra. Not a very common pick in the Nerfed League, so we'll see if that sticks, but I can see it here with lots of really nifty places to put those turrets, like on these little like hanging light fixtures and stuff like that. That can be really obnoxious.
Yeah.
On the other side, we have we have Senny McFluff coming out on the Torbjorn, so a bit of an unusual pick there. A couple estimate switches here. This looks like what we're getting from the Nacho Daddies, though. So, Stormflower on the Anna, Jay Bailey on Lucio. We have Eldritch coming out with that now signature hamster. Jake on the Orisa, and then Steam Bullocks on Tracer today. I believe Steam Bullocks is normally a... Ooh, that was a good charge. I guess I'm not going to really get to talk about it because we're right into the action. Eldritch and lives are being traded back and forth. Right now, slight advantage for the Nacho Daddies. I hear a res coming out, does successfully res Rinse Wash, but Torb's turret is getting worked on. It does finally get destroyed by Rinse. So we see Eldritch running amok with that signature hamster pick again. Ryan charges off the point, but Anna is dead from the Nacho Daddy, so that's a pretty key healer down. Still just one big old slugfest. Rinse gets his ult, uses it immediately. Gonna use it to get a kill and charge down Jake. He does die, though. Senor McFluff picks him. Steam Bullocks, though, in the background, getting some picks back for Nacho Daddies. Nobody has taken this point yet. This has just been one battle. Great Pulse Bomb. Glob Dragon, we see, switched off the Symmetra onto the Junkrat there. And that's been pretty effective so far. We have a bit of a Farm Mercy going on for CATastrophe, but nobody is able to take this point just yet. We see Cat's Battle Mercy flying in. Again, trading Banana. There we go. Ults are just getting flung left and right. I mean, I guess at this point, it's anybody's game still. So it looks like CATastrophe is finally forced off by the Nacho Daddies, though. Holy crap. All right.
Finally.
Action here. Action for years. So we see Steam Bullocks is trying to chase down Cat's Mercy and trying to hunt her down here. Good Rewind's going to get him to safety, though. Alrighty. So we saw there's already been a lot of ults expended, a couple of switches. Like this is apparently the caliber of game that we're just going to be getting today. So F in the chat from my voice. CATastrophe making a good combined effort push here, pushing onto the point. Haven't been stopped yet. We see grab comes in. It's answered with the Lucio ult. Ooh, Banana Jam getting a little too close to a wall or something and blows himself up. But it looks like ultimately it's not going to matter. We see that is a boosted Lucio, Boostio if you will. Boostio just holding with Eldritch there. Eldritch going for ultimate strategy swinging. Gets caught in a trap. It looks like it is dead though. I'm assuming that was actually meant for like Eldritch or something, that nano boost, but far be it for me to tell you who to nano boost, I guess.
I mean, you know what? It happens all the time to me.
Yeah, I know. It happens to the best of us. It is funny to see it in practice, but 52% though. Nacho Daddies can definitely be happy with the progress that they made to start, and we see CATastrophe just posturing around the point and not trying to make sure there's no way that the Nacho Daddies is going to be able to sneak in there. There was a stun and a retreat for Steam Bullocks. We see Glob Dragon just kind of waiting for them to come out. He's got the tire. They're all right there. Big tire.
Started.
And then also picks off Steam Bullocks as well. Eldritch looks like they might get away. Glob is going to tie to Stormflowers and ironically enough. Eldritch, though, probably flings himself off, not wanting to give any ult charge, and realizes that the fight is over. Alright, so spectacular setup and ult there from Glob Dragon. I saw the armor pack nail him, so they were just waiting for... They saw how collected the Nacho Daddies were right here, and they were just like, alright, well, we have one way to flush you out. And as a backup strategy, we saw Rinse flying through there as Reinhardt to make sure that they uncorked that particular choke point.
Yes. There's the cheese.
Alright, here we go. So Molten Core comes down. Doesn't take anybody. They haven't been able to push it in. I hear Rince's shield is down, though, so this is a good point to push. We see, okay, we have kills coming all over the place for Nacho Daddies. Picks left and right. The Rinse does get a res, but it's too late. The point has already been won back by Nacho Daddies. 77% now is what... oh, there we go. There's the boosted hamster. Doing the ultimate strategy. Not enough room to be able to make a couple of swings, but it's peppering enough damage that CATastrophe has to back off. Good slam. Eldritch is not... As long as he's not running into traps, he's not really having too much trouble here. That's kind of an awkward spot. You can see him kind of running into the wall there. Not his best idea. But picks are coming in now for CATastrophe. We see Rince on sweep duty.
Whoa.
Banana Jam looks like that was a great combination ult for the rocket grab there. And we have Eldritch just holding on as long as he possibly can, getting as much percentage back. And it's back in CATastrophe's favor now. Okay.
Fourth game.
This is an intense match. Right now, ult economy very heavily in the favor of Nacho Daddies, though, so we're going to see what they're going to do. We see McFluff kind of crouching up here. Oh, that's not a good way to start when CATastrophe's over 90%, though. Banana Jam getting a pick on his Steam Bullocks. And to Jay Bailey. Jay Bailey's down as well. Ooh. That was a great fight. Yep, this is probably going to be over there. Eldritch is just holding on, using ultimate strategy here. Open as many people as they can, and the trap is going to do it. Great trap placement by Glob Dragon, too. I've seen Eldritch get caught multiple times by miscellaneous traps. Jay Bailey just clinging to life here. Honestly, might just want a solo ult to keep it going. I suppose that is a sinful thing, but either way. Very ridiculous back and forth from both teams. Ultimately, round 1 is going to go to CATastrophe, though.
Hey, we got a follow from our buddy Young. Thanks so much for the follow.
Here we go. Death Pit. Everybody's favorite, Death Pit.
Uh-oh.
So we'll see here. See some potential switches coming over from the Nacho Daddies right now. We'll see if that's Winston. Oh, okay. I figured they'd probably switch back to the Orisa there, and they do. We see Last Brown switching off of his signature Zarya onto Roadhog, which makes sense given the map, the particular map that we're on. And we see Rince switching off of his Reinhardt onto Orisa, again, just for all the boop ability. Eldritch is actually the one who's picking up the Winston mantle, and Jake switches to D.Va. So no hard shields, just kind of that once in a long while. Ooh, good hook. Once in a long while there that they're going to get from Eldritch's shield with Winston.
That D-Mech.
D-Mechs and destroy turrets, and this is starting to feel like a bit of a massacre. Good boop from Dat Fat Cat Set, who switched to Lucio on. And this is just a slaughter in CATastrophe's favor. Ooh, good hook from Last Brown. Pulls steam before he can retreat. And we see the poor Torbjorn is getting bullied, forced back, trying to run back to his team. The hook not going to connect, so he is going to successfully escape. CATastrophe, though, coming out swinging, not willing to give any progress up like they did the first time.
Oh yeah, this is their point. They've got the boops.
But here we go. Okay, so we have another switch. Eldritch now is operating the Orisa, and we see. So we've had kind of a pretty wide role swap here from. Ooh, there we go. Pulled pork, not enough. Oh, but the boop from Banana Jam is. Oh, that was a great hook back. All right. Jake getting a pick and Steambullocks getting a good pull there. This is the best fight we've seen from Nacho Daddies on this point so far. So you can see they're trying to take advantage here. But with CATastrophe, literally everyone there, oh my god. Literally everyone other than Star on the Moira has an ability to boop. We see Jake kind of winning the Junkrat battle there with Globdragon, and he's just on the point trying to get something done. Blows up that Fat Cat set too. Jake is trying to carry the Nacho Daddies here, but unable to do so in the face of like a 1v5 or some madness. Yep. Yep, here we go. Okay, here comes some ults from CATastrophe. 3 ults. And that's going to result in a lot of picks there. 70%. Nacho Daddies have maybe 1 fight left, and they only have Rince's ult on Orisa. Ooh, but that's a bad way to start. Ult economy is definitely in the favor of Nacho Daddies, but they got to hustle. They need to get to the point with only 80-some%. We see Last Brown was almost caught out there, but managed to get back to the team. CATastrophe is just going to hold them at this doorway. They have nobody able to run back. Here comes some ults now, but is it going to be enough to touch point? That's the question. I saw that trap. It is enough that Jay Bailey's able to ghost to the point, and maybe it looks like... Oh, here comes a tire, though. They need to stop that. It only gets Jay Cold. They need to touch point. They need to touch point right now. Get to point, guys!
Oh my goodness!
They almost lost it right there. That would have made me sad for them. Do not step off the point, guys. Like... Alright, that was a great boop by Cat again. Steambullocks is in the pit, and this might just be it here. They had their opportunity, but because they stepped off a couple times, they weren't able to get enough progress. We see Jake ulting from all the way downtown.
Here's the hook.
Rolling in, rolling in. It does get a pick. So this is do or die right now from the Nacho Daddies. They need to hold this. Oh, that was a great boop from Stormflower, though. And Stormflower going down, though, that means it's going to be CATastrophe with the first one. Holy crap, what a first map. We got, and it's that Fat Cat Sat getting the play of the game with the Lucio. We saw a lot of effective boops. Let's see what it was. So right in the beginning here, getting, yep, there goes the D.Va. Yep. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of, like, super big ones, and then... helping getting the kill there. So just a value one after that. Still, great play of the game from Cat and excellent effort from CATastrophe to come out swinging here.
That was great.
The Torbjorn getting the votes from from the rest of the Nacho Daddies, I'm sure. Alrighty, so here we go. That's 1 down in the books. One of 6 is over and done with.
It was the first one was that action packed.
It's setting quite a precedent for our next couple of games after this. That's for sure.
Yeah, Cat is getting a ton of support in the chat. Oh, and
We
so is
see
Glob Dragon.
I was gonna say we see a heart going in for Globdragon. Yeah, I will say that Globdragon definitely did a lot of work, especially on that first point there, with a lot of excellent Junkrat play. And good on Catastrophe, realizing that the Symmetra wasn't the answer there. Can be good on that particular area, but they realized they couldn't take full advantage. And once they switched to the Junkrat, it was over. It's a little unusual for me not to be ranting and raving about Catastrophe's tanks with as excellent as they are, but it's refreshing to see that Catastrophe is starting to maybe switch their strategies up and give their DPS a little bit more opportunity to shine. But
Ooh, Rocky Top. Rocky Top just donated 100 bits to say, who is that on Lucio?
I
Oh
know it's pretty
man.
crazy. That's Cat's clearly been sharpening her frog skills, and she came out with all the boops. But our next map, if memory serves, is going to be Horizon Lunar Colony. I'm going to double check that, but I believe that is where we're going next. Let's take a peek here. But yeah, so what did you see from the Nacho Daddies? Like, what do you think that they need to change to excuse me, to take this next map, to take Horizon?
Oh man, when it came to Sanctum,
Hmm.
Catastrophe was just literally playing the environment so well. Like they
Okay,
had maximum crowd control right there.
true.
And that was
That was
probably
scary.
like really difficult to deal with. But when they had their moment, they stepped off the point and
Hmm.
they didn't cap it. And almost
Exactly.
completely just C9.
And that's they have to be very. You're completely right. They need to be very cognizant of that because that's like in such a close match where both teams are kind of like swinging at each other left and right. You can't afford to make mistakes like that. That was scary. I was definitely in a bit of a panic there for these poor guys, and I'm glad that they did get back to the point, even if they weren't able to cap it back. But yeah, like I mentioned, Catastrophe clearly ready for Sanctum, with 5 of their 6 players having some sort of movement disrupting ability. Like they were ready to take full advantage of any and all death pits. But all right, so we will see what the captains are staying. All right, so we have no swaps coming in from Catastrophe just yet. Um, see if either of the teams is ready. But yeah, Horizon though, one that, as I can speak from experience, it's definitely one that you can bunker up on pretty effectively. And I'm curious to see if Catastrophe has kind of rotated their pool to the point that they can bring in a bunker, because I don't think we've really seen too much of Bastion from them, and I can't recall the last time they played Baptiste. So I'm curious to see if that's going to be their rotation, or if they're just going to be like, you know what, R22 is good enough. Like we don't need any of that fancy bunker nonsense.
Maybe that Symmetra will finally work out for them on defense.
It could potentially, yeah. There's no switches, so it's entirely possible that they could try and run that Symmetra this time. I don't know how hard devoted they are to the Symmetra strategy, so we'll see.
Coco in the chat says, I want to see some more star, please. Wish granted.
Yeah, right. It's as far as I'm aware, neither team is making any swaps, and at this point does not have any subs. So what you're seeing is what you're getting, chat. All right, and both captains have confirmed that they are ready, so we're going to go ahead and roll into Horizon Lunar Colony here. All right, here we go. So, this is another one of those maps that's kind of loved and hated. I don't really think that there's people who are like, yeah, I could go to Horizon. It's either kind of, and actually, can't recall too many people who want to go here. Period. So, um, it's an interesting one that you can steamroll very easily if you do get a good attack on that first point there.
Yes, indeed. Oh,
So, oh,
Mango dropping 500 bits in a cheer.
ooh,
Thanks so much, Mango.
thank you, Mango. Trying to upstage your captain, I see. I approve. I think Rocky's
Do
still
it.
at number
Do
one
it,
for bits
Mango.
right now. Do it,
I believe
Mango.
Mango.
Do it. All right, so here we go. This is what we're getting. So we're going to have Catastrophe on attack first here. And on defense is going to be the Nacho Daddies. We see an interesting setup for defense on Horizon. Not a bunker, that's for sure. Um,
Oh, okay.
so
I
it's
just looked up.
almost kind of like a protect the turret sort of a setup here with the pulled pork combo of Orisa and Roadhog. So they're going to be able to disrupt people and move them just about wherever they want. And Jake having the ability to wall off and freeze people is, I think, going to be important for any flankers, which, looking over at CATastrophe's lineup right now, they do have the Sombra, so they are probably expecting the potential for a bunker, which is why they're running the Sombra. We'll see if it sticks once they realize that there's not actually a bunker in play here. We see Star switching over to Zenyatta. Cat is on Moira this time. Globdragon back to the Junkrat. And Last Brown and Rinse back to their signatures of the Zarya and Reinhardt. So here we go. We see the Sombra already behind the team, trying to pick the poison here. I don't know who the best hack target is. I guess it Orisa or the Hog. Oh, and that's 2 quick picks, though.
Oh, wow.
And immediately we see the Nacho Daddies realizing there's a bit of a rotation here, trying to catch out Last Brown, who is alone right now. Very unusual, but I guess the quick picks that Nacho Daddies had kind of forced his hand and put him in a really awkward spot. Not a very unusual misplay for CATastrophe. So we see the rest of them are kind of caught in here. Steam Bullocks, though, going to town on that Roadhog. It's just... We just have poor Globdragon on the Junkrat all alone here. Just hoping that nobody realizes he's there, I guess.
Stay safe.
But here we go. So we have the rest of CATastrophe starting to push back up. They're kind of... They're waiting here for everybody to get all grouped up so that they can push together. See Last Brown getting a little bit of shield charge in there. Right. Oh, and they know that the Sombra is nearby, but they don't know exactly where just yet. So, oh, there we go. Sombra revealing herself so that she can try to attack the turret, but gets shot for it. But... Oh, first pick is on to Banana Jam Sombra. So Steam Bullocks, they're switching to this Roadhog. Has been a pretty effective switch so far. We see Nacho Daddies trying to rotate back. Oh, Star gets a good pick onto Jay Bailey, though. Oh, good hook onto the frozen Last Brown. He is dead. But there's progress being made. Nacho Daddies realizing they need to hop to the point quick here. We see Jake just freezing himself on the point. And we have Roadhog boosted. That's a boosted picky right there. Jake actually dying, though. Globdragon getting the kill. And Senya McCluff dies shortly after. This is actually CATastrophe's favor, which is surprising the heck out of me. This really surprises me because I thought for sure that Nacho Daddies actually had it. But we just see that it's Eldritch fighting alone. He would have been blown up by the tire if nothing else. We see Jay Bailey thinking about coming back. We have Stormflower that touched the point, but that was just kind of to delay. And now we see CATastrophe is going to successfully take it and get their 4 minutes in the time bank there. Alright, Nacho Daddy's making a quick retreat here. No switches that I can tell just yet. They're pretty content with what they've got. And it did really well for a while there to hold. I guess if I was going to critique it, I'm not sure. I think it was just really good posturing and good target focus from CATastrophe that was able to project them forward even after a couple picks. But... CATastrophe, no slouches, just again going straight to point. They're saying you can have the high ground, we're going to take the point. That was a great jump there. Oop, hammer comes down, charges down Eldritch, he's dead to the charge. So there's another pick by Rinse. There's a good freeze going on to the point, freezing everybody, but that Zenyatta is going to make that not effective. Last Brown is asleep right now. So this Anna just taking pot shots, Stormflower doing what they can up there. Does get Globdragon, actually gets a pick there. Jake is getting completely overwhelmed, though. And then we have... Oh, that was a good hook. It stopped the ult. It stopped the Death Blossom, but CATastrophe still just has the point here. That's a sleepy Reinhardt. McFluff gets 2 picks back on both of the healers. If they can actually survive this, I think Nacho Daddies can stabilize. And it's Jake right now. Jake is just going to need to self-freeze and hold. And then Eldritch has switched back to the Wrecking Ball, which I think is a good choice here. Jake gets a pick on a Rinse. Eldritch goes down as well. There's another Death Blossom coming in from Banana. That's the second one in this battle. So we have Hog getting boosted again. Gets a hook. Doesn't get the kill, though. I think he was reloading. And that's it. Little ticks of progress here and there for CATastrophe, and that was enough. That was so much pressure from CATastrophe, though. They did not let up at all. Whew. Once they gained control, that was the end of it there. But
That
all right.
was a commanding take.
It was, yeah. They that was another one of those fights that once it started, it didn't end until the game was over. So, I think that I don't know. I guess the Nacho Daddies need to change something here because what they're doing holds for a little bit, but as soon as CATastrophe finds just a little crack in their defense, it's over. I think Steam Bullocks has made a good change over to the Roadhog, who's done a lot of work and has had a lot of key hooks. And I don't know. It's really hard to dissect because what they're doing is good, but it's just not enough in this instance. Oh Lord, I jinxed it. I see a Baptiste, and I have the assumption that, oh, okay, maybe not. One would expect it to come with a Bastion, but it looks like Banana Jam and Glob Dragon are going with Ashe and the Junkrat respectively. So Baptiste is still a good healer, like no doubt about that. But
oh yeah.
And then on the other side, again, Nacho Daddy's kind of going with that zero shield strategy so far, which is incredibly divey, and with their comp, I think that they can probably dive into CATastrophe, and if they can get some quick picks, they can make it work.
They can. I want to see an amplification matrix in front of Bob.
That would be an excellent idea, I think, if they can get it set up. So both teams see each other again. No bunker here. We see Eldritch has gone all the way out into the void of space to try and get a back door, but he's been spotted out by by the Baptiste, and he hits the trap. So Glob Dragon, again, with those really well-placed traps, have been just really destroying Eldritch and any playability he has right now. I feel for you, dude. I've been there. So CATastrophe, not 100% sure what's going on at the bottom here. They're half kind of backing off and half kind of staying on the high ground. And Nacho Daddy's huddling together and hoping they aren't spotted. But we see Last Brown has come down, has found them, and starting to fry them with the laser. See Eldritch booping people about. He's hopping around. He got a good pop up there. Hasn't fallen into a trap just yet, and is generally pretty healthy. Okay, now he's not. Now he needs healing. So I heard a hack is onto Rinse right now. No shield. But unfortunately, Sunny McCluff on the soldier. First one to go down. Eldritch again, just kind of goofing around, but he does get picked this time. Too much focus.
Uh-oh, there's a back cap.
Oh, there's a bit of a back cap from the Diva, but not quite enough, and we see Star actually picks off McFluff. They are aware that Zarya has an ultimate right now and is hacked. Banana Jam getting a pick onto Jay Bailey, though, is not a good start. Nacho Daddies feels really separated right now. I think they just need to get a big old regroup. So we'll see what they do with it. D-Mac onto Jake, and it's only Soldier that's caught in it, but Last Brown is going to get a kill for it. And we got a res, Sunny McFluff resed again. So we see Eldritch just trying to do some mid-air Widow tricks and trying to get some damage onto CATastrophe. So one thing I'm noticing now is that Steam Bullocks did switch over to the Sombra. It does have an ult, but Jake is dead, though. Oh, okay, we got bombs going in. That's a big hack, though. Excellent hack. That's a 5-man hack, and 2 picks come right away with Star and Last Brown and Rinse. Both tanks and one of the healers are down, and one of the DPS. Right now, it's just kind of Bob.
It's Bob.
But Bob might be enough to stall this. Here we go. We have the Soldier ult coming in as well. Does pick off that Fat Cat Sat. Eldritch is rezzed. Nacho Daddies have great positioning. They might do it here. Wasn't the ult combination I was expecting, but this is only about 20 seconds slower than CATastrophe did it. So they're not too far off the mark here with that take. So good on them.
They made me rethink myself because I was about to say, man, Nacho Daddy seems really disconnected right now. They need to, like, you know, sync up and go in together, and then, you know, EMP and Minefield.
It's not the first time that I've seen that exact thing where I get really confused, like, wow, they're not really doing anything, and all of a sudden, bam, max. Alright, Diva Bomb coming down. There's an eye field, though. but does get Banana Jam. So it was not nothing, but Banana Jam gets res. So, all right, they're pushing on Nacho Daddy's pushing it on the Lucio ult. Steambullets does get a pick on a Rinse, so that's a pretty good start for the Nacho Daddies here with this fight. And, all right, Jake does get picked, and it's starting to feel like CATastrophe. Oh, maybe not. There's picks back and forth, but because CATastrophe is on the defense, they have despawn advantage, and I think that's what's killing the Nacho Daddies right now, and they are starting to back off a little bit.
I've been seeing, like, Eldritch get trapped a lot. Like, Glove has been really on it with the traps.
Very, very good with predicting the obvious places that Eldritch could roll, and it's been very effective. So we see a hack coming on to Rinse, who does have his ultimate right now, but there's not all that much that Nacho Daddies can do about it. Ooh, Sandy McFluff getting a pick on a Rinse, though. That's a good start to this fight. We see that Brigitte is hacked and gets picked. Rinse does get res, though. They know that Rinse has the ult. All right, we see Eldritch dropping a minefield. Res coming down is successful in resing Jake. Jake does get remacked. He's going to have to fly out of there because he's kind of caught between rock and a hard place right now. All right, and a lot of fluff for no real anything, unfortunately, from the Nacho Daddies. And we see Eldritch already getting ready to go back in. Big drop on a Rinse, but he's already pretty low. 6-man hack!
Oh,
spectacular hack there. Sandy McFluff is starting to go to work. At 2 picks right away. Hammer down comes in. That's, okay, it does eventually, the grab eventually gets a pick there, but the hack not quite able to stop the Mercy from the res. Steambullets gets a pick. And I think this is, unfortunately, it. That was good. Like, that was a frickin' 6-man hack, but only the soldier, only Sandy McFluff really in a position to take advantage of it. So, Nacho Daddies need to...
You really couldn't ask for a better setup.
Well, Steambullets getting an early pick there, trying to retreat from Last Brown at full charge, it looks like. Glob Dragon's going to get rezzed, and so is Steambullets. Eldritch just trying to get some damage here. Ooh, we actually have a switch from Rinse onto Winston now. Interesting choice. I guess the hack's getting a little annoying. Like, yet another minefield from Eldritch. Rolling away, though, running away from the battle Mercy. I hear another grab out there. No picks off of it. Forces a Lucio ult. Eldritch actually gets a pick on the Banana Jam with a mine. And Banana Jam gets rezzed, as does Sandy McFluff. So, again, lots of fluff, but no progress to show for it here. And both teams in similar positions for ult. Here goes a Diva Bomb on to point, but excellent from Rinse to drop that bubble on it. It does nothing. So we have a tire coming in. Gets nobody, but it pretty much picks Eldritch. He had nothing left after that. And the zippy zaps from the Winston is getting right through that defense matrix. Rinse doesn't care. Steambullets getting a pick, though. Steam is starting all these fights off with, oh, and good hack stops the res. Steam is doing great in the backfield right now for the Nacho Daddies, but Nacho Daddies just never really in a position to take advantage, either with these big hacks or the pick onto a DPS to start. Like, and we see Steam going in again, has the ultimate, probably looking for another big 6-man. There's the translocator, gets 4. And there we go, another combination from Sandy McFluff, but we see Rinse using his Winston ult to push them away from the point. And now the Bob as well is going to delay this so much. Here comes the ult out from CATastrophe, and I think that's pretty close to a team wipe, other than, there it is. Unfortunate. 20 seconds left. I mean, they're going to have to just scream to point, and hopefully they have enough time to touch, and I think they can touch, but there's not a lot they're going to be able to do with it. So they better hope that both teams having almost no ults means that this is just kind of a as you are sort of a battle. Now we have the one ult that was available to use from Dat Fat Cat Sat. Pick starts with a pick on a Banana Jam, though. Again.
Going, Cat.
Alright, Cat gets picked, so gets the res on the Banana Jam, dies for it. There's another minefield from Eldritch for the 4th or 5th time. Here comes a Junkrat tire. Doesn't get anybody. Banana Jam dead again to Sandy McFluff. And this is the best fight we've seen so far from the Nacho Daddies by far. They need to just keep swinging here, use every ult that they've got. You got a remake from Jake. Yeah, they need to pick Star right now. All right, there's another Soldier ultimate here. Xenia McFluff is just going insane with these Soldier ults. Gets picked by Glob Dragon, and now there's a Reaper in the mix. Diva Bomb coming down. Gets 2, that's huge! And then Last Brown getting hacked means that he's virtually defenseless. They need to kill him right now. I think Nacho Daddies are going to do it. They do it. The last second managed to take it. Incredible rallying from the Nacho Daddies to take it and actually get one back. So, to clarify for those who don't know, what this means now is that it is going to be the Nacho Daddies on defense. And CATastrophe has all of those 3 minutes and 49 seconds to get a single pick. So this is whatever Nacho Daddy's best defensive strategy is, they need to use it right now. This is this is kind of scary. I do not envy them in this position. But all right, we see a very similar setup to their first defense here, which to their credit did hold for a decent bit of time. So we'll see if it works a little better this time, I guess. I am worried for them. I am very worried for them.
I am too.
But, well, we'll see what happens. On the other side, we see more of what we've been seeing. I believe this is the, exact same setup that CATastrophe used on their first attack. So, nothing too unusual here at this point. I'm really surprised that they haven't, like, brought out, like, this is the time where you'd want to take a risk to run the bunker. I mean, CATastrophe ran no real speed. They don't have like a Lucio or a Wrecking Ball or a Diva or anything like that. Like, they are hard anchored. They're kind of stuck with the team. So I feel like a bunker is excellent into this kind of a comp. But regardless, here we are. Alright, well, and actually, ooh, great wall. Rinse goes down.
Wow.
Makes a bit of a misplay there and dies for it. And Nacho Daddy's taking full advantage. Very impressive. Ooh, but unfortunately, Star getting a pick on a Storm out in space there. They needed to kill this floaty Zenyatta. Or no, I'm sorry, that wasn't Zenyatta. There's the Zenyatta. So Hack does go off. Xenia McFluff getting a pick on a Glob Dragon is a good start, though. No res there. We see Daffat Cat Sad is actually not running her signature Mercy right now. So, wall a little bit of awkwardly placed. So it does kind of funnel them a bit, but we see Nacho Daddy's kind of getting pushed back here. That's a hook, but the bubble is going to save. Last Brown is down, though, so it's trading 1-for-1 on the off-tanks. Ooh, good pick from Jake on the Star. That's a healer down now. Rince's barrier is down again. They need to watch it, and Daffat Cat Sad is backcapping right now. Nacho Daddies need to drop. They do successfully get onto the point. Here comes a charge.
Oh.
Squishes Bailey. Ooh. Swishes Bailey into Eldritch, but feels bad. So ults are coming left and right now, but Nacho Daddies are still holding. It's not over yet. It's just Daffat Cat Sad who's ulting. Cat's kind of stuck there. She's getting picks. Cat, I think, just won them the game. Oh, okay, there's a pick, but I think Cat just literally won them the game almost solo there. Never giving up until...
Stop this gal!
Until Last Brown got in range to drop a bubble on her. Like, spectacular play from Cat to win them this point.
Cat, the real MVP.
No kidding. That was spectacular play. Catastrophic play, if you will. I had to.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
And Rince's Winston, of all things, getting the play of the game here. So I'm curious to see what it is. Pushing the soldier away, pretty big deal, and then ultimately killing him too. So just feels it's just a high value one. Involved on all the kills on that pick there, and probably gets in there to squish that last body too. So big numbers, big scary numbers from everybody involved here. But CATastrophe taking map 2 here, so Nacho Daddies on the ropes here. They need to get something together for Blizzard World, and I mean, to their credit, it's doable, but oh boy, they're gonna need more of that razzle dazzle they pulled off at the very end of that last point on Horizon.
Yeah, think it's gonna take them to rally together to pull something off.
No
Because
kidding.
CATastrophe has been really strong.
Hmm. There's so very few cracks in CATastrophe's armor here that the Nacho Daddies have been able to take advantage of. It's CATastrophe has really tightened their game up and not are not giving Nacho Daddies any opportunity to come in and try and disrupt. So it's we do have a sub finally coming in from CATastrophe here, so I'm gonna get that set up. But um, so what do the Nacho Daddies need here, Daisy? Like what do they need to bring to the table? Is there a hero they need? Is it a comp that they
Oh,
need? Like what if you were in this position, what would you want to do?
I feel like in this position I would have been stumped. Just
That's a fair
almost at a
answer,
loss of
actually.
what to do.
That is
I,
that
I
is a
feel
very
like
fair answer.
I feel like on defense they might really need to really bunker down and dig in their heels.
Mhm. Yeah, I would agree with that. And I mean, you used the word that I've been hinting at for a little while here. Because I can tell you that it can do wonders if you're willing to work around it. I don't know, man. I
We're thinking the same thing.
pretty much I feel like especially on Blizzard World and it is very doable. I mean, we proved the other night that was how we lost was to a very effective bastion, like a mobile bunker, and we were outplayed on it. So I feel like that, and that's that was the Horsemen doing that against us. But I think it's something that can be done pretty easily. That bastion is not the hardest hero to learn. Like,
Oh,
not to diss myself, but
we have a follow from Support Main 39. Thank you so much.
thank you very much for the follow. As always, we appreciate your contributions to the taco cause. Okay, let me finish typing and then I will continue to words. Otherwise, I'm gonna misspell catastrophe again, and chat's never gonna let me live it down, and it's gonna just go downhill from there. But okay, and I'm like 99.9% sure that it is Blizzard World is the last map, considering that we just played on it. But I'm gonna check anyway because I like to make sure that I check for you, chat. But alrighty then. So we have indeed Blizzard World as our last map of this particular setup of the double decker Saturday. Oh
Ugh. It's hard to believe that like we have another just action-packed match with Catastrophe immediately after this. I think they're gonna keep cooking. I really think they're
boy.
gonna
I
keep
mean,
this momentum
they
going.
have the potential to do so, most definitely. It's and that's the thing. Either they're going to come into it exhausted, and the Horsemen are going to actually have an advantage because the team is tired, or they're going to come into it completely on fire because they just went through a really intense, couple of matches here. So it can go anybody's way here. We'll see what ends up happening. But all right, so we are set. Our rosters are set here, and I will double check and see who is ready. Let's see here. And something to note too is that the Nacho Daddy's captain Red Draconum isn't around today, so you can tell that they're kind of working with a limited roster, which is cool because you don't have to think about swaps, but also kind of sucks because that can hurt your hero pool a little bit. And I've been in that exact position too, so I can respect that they're certainly doing the best that they can with what they got. And to their credit, they have put Catastrophe through the ringer on more than one occasion. They are not giving up anything without a substantial battle for it.
Oh yes, the EMP combo, especially with the
Oh yeah,
minefield.
yeah.
Definitely.
I commend Nacho Daddies a lot for what they've been doing with their EMP play, and we've seen it before. Where we've had a Sombra that's been kind of quiet, just doing their own thing, getting a hack here and there, and then all of a sudden, bam, 6-man hack into a bomb, or into that case, into a soldier ultimate. Like it can be pretty wild and it can come out of left field, and that's exactly why you would run the Sombra, is that you're trying to get those unexpected plays. You're trying to catch everybody off guard and get the 5-6-man hack and kill them with some kind of ult.
Oh, we have a follow from Sarcastrophe. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you, Sarcastrophe, for your follow. And So I am just waiting to hear back from the Nacho Daddies to confirm that they are ready as well. We've gotten confirmation from CATastrophe that they are ready to roll. They have subbed out Glob Dragon for Math Not Meth. So the first sub of this series coming in now from CATastrophe. And it'll be interesting to see how that adjusts their comp. All right, and I am looking forward to the brief break that we are going to get in between the two casts here, because I definitely want a chance to drink a little bit of water to refresh myself after this.
Oh man, you deserve it. Let's hydrate.
Yeah,
But
right?
we're on a
You
roll with
too.
these follows. We have another follow from Danny Monster. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wow, everybody's just kind of starting the train here of follows. We really appreciate it. And hey, you know what? You're going to get even more action when we roll into the next game in this particular series. So you picked a really good day to follow us. But yeah, like I said, just waiting for the Nacho Daddies to confirm that they are indeed ready to rumble for this last map here. And yeah, like I've expressed, and I know I'm beating the dead horse at this point, but even if you're not running like a bunker comp, I would even goats just some kind of a switch up, because what they're doing is working for a small amount of time until CATastrophe inevitably finds a crack in it and just busts it wide open.
Yeah, has been really good about focus and really like narrowing down on any mistakes or like positioning errors that are made and just really like getting in on it.
Hmm. Yeah, they are laser precise on, as soon as they see something that they know they can exploit, they are on it, and it is a merciless situation to get set up against in the Nacho Daddy shoes, and I've been there, man. It is not pleasant. They are a very tough team to battle. Man, am I gonna have to like PSM message? There we go. There he is. Jake's alive, ladies and gentlemen. So both teams have confirmed that they are ready, and we are going to roll into the final map of our first match of the double-decker header. The double-decker header. Yeah, let's call it that. See, the double-header, double-decker. I think double-decker fits more because tacos. But double-header also makes sense. Also, there's a boat. Everybody, what do we say to the god of
Oh, there's
boats?
a boat.
Sink. Sink, you fool. But all right, boats aside, thank you everybody for joining us in this really intense first match here. I see we have quite a number of followers that have decided to watch this bloodbath unfold, and we appreciate you joining us. I know the bot is doing a lot of my job for me, but we're going to go ahead and throw in a shameless plug here. We are the Bronze Tacos Overwatch Discord. As you see, we are in the middle of one of our matches in Season 2 of our Nerfed League. Very exciting, and we've had a couple of follows here, and if you're interested in joining in on something like this, or any of the weekly scrims that we run, please feel free to join us on Facebook or on our Discord page. Alright, shameless plug is over. We have CATastrophe starting off on defense here. We again have no bunker, which I don't really think that they necessarily need, but it's good to call out. But we do have a bit of a switch up as far as roles goes. We see Star switching off the healer and onto tank. Last Brown off the tank and onto DPS. Banana still on DPS, and then Math Not Meth, the new person that jumped in, is on healer. So kind of a bit of a shuffle there, a new strategy from them. On the other side, they were playing with some roles, but we have similar to what we've seen from them, although I don't know if they've really been running the Zarya up until this point. It's goats. It's goats. It took me a second.
Go.
It's goats, but it's a switch up. It's something different, and I think that's what they needed. Guys, get your bodies out of the way. I need to see the action. So CATastrophe is ready and waiting for this goatee comp to roll up. And so just, we see the drop down now for the Nacho Daddies. So far some good shielding, good bubbling. We see Nacho Daddies going all the way around here. Pushing a point,
They're
Eldritch.
really... Wow.
Yeah, they're going very aggressive, which is what you need. That's what you need right now. You're against the ropes. You need to make CATastrophe slip. And that's what they're doing. We see Eldritch going no shield, no swing like a man. I appreciate it. Rince's shield is down. So, and there's a hammer down. Doesn't get anybody, though. Eldritch gets charged back, actually. Sandy McFluff getting a pick on a Math Not Meth. Rince going down as well. Nacho Daddies they've got it. Oh, not quite. They're so close. They're so close.
Oh,
Hammer,
that's massive.
ooh, that's like everybody. Never mind. I got too excited too quickly, I guess. So that's both tank ultimates for CATastrophe, and that's pretty close to a team wipe.
They got almost the whole point right there. I think Goats kind of worked for them for a good bit.
I completely agree. And the other thing that they're doing that they weren't able to do before is that they are just jamming it down CATastrophe's throat. They are being hyper aggressive, and that's what they need right now. They can't let CATastrophe just sit back and rest. They need to take the fight to them and end them as quick as possible. So we see them again just kind of pushing up as a unit.
Yeah, they're really just unified right there. Just a big
There's
force.
a pick. There's a Bob going in.
There's another Bob.
I don't know if we've had a Bob just yet, but that's another
We
ultimate
already
though.
have.
We have? Wow. That's just
That's
impressive.
the second Bob.
So Luciold's coming down, Hammer coming down, Eldritch is down, but Rince doesn't get the charge, hits the little cart, and this is just a mad melee. Guys, you should back cap. The mad melee continues. I think so, but there goes a Hammer down. Eldritch just straight up squishing Math Not Math. Last Brown and Rince coming right after it. Here comes the Diva Bomb going up. Nobody. But that is a heavy win for Nacho Daddies, and I think that they've got it. Great start from the Nacho Daddies. Oh, there's a low noon in the background. We know what time it is, but unfortunately, Banana not able to pick up anything. I'm gonna guess that's gonna signify a switch from Banana Jam if he kind of burned it there. Yep, there we go. Switching to Reaper, which is a good counter to Goats. So solid progress. It's nice, easy moving right now from the Nacho Daddies.
I mentioned this earlier, and Pumpkin Smash also pointed this out in the chat. The last round has been putting in so much work on the Ashe. Like, we have already seen 2 Bobs. One at the end of the first fight, and then the second one at the beginning of the second fight in the building.
And there's
then there's another one right now.
So we have CATastrophe kind of caught up, but their Eldritch is shielding the Bob right now. All right, and then we have Grab coming back on the other side. Rince does get... Oh, he got a charge on the Senior in that, and then Eldritch goes down. Rince gets picked, but fight's still pretty heavily in the favor of CATastrophe. Just kind of chasing down the stragglers here. Ult Economy, though, is very heavily in the favor of the Nacho Daddies. Ooh, Star going nuts on that Zarya. So a switch up from the healer, but Star very not shy about what she's able to do with that Zarya. So we'll see how the Nacho Daddies, like, if they can get a decent push here, they do have advantage in ult economy. So we see Banana just going to town with that Ryan. Oh, there's a slam, gets a couple, and then the other slam stopped from Rince. No picks just yet, though. Okay, Banana Jam does go down. Here comes yet another blob. Blobs for days here. Bob is hacked and then charged all the way back there. So there's a switch. Steam Bullocks went back to the Sombra. I just caught that now. So they're running Sombrotes? Sombrotes. Diva Bomb coming in. Does pick Banana Jam, so gets somebody. And this is still just progress. Nacho Daddies haven't stopped. Hammer comes down, but yeah, it doesn't really get much. All right, Star burning the Graviton there, and I think there's another Bob. Jesus Christ.
Goodness.
So
That's 5 Bobs.
One thing I want to call out, and the reason why it's been this Ashe has been so prolific with the Bobs, is that Last Brown has been very effectively torching 3 or 4 people at a time. And that is just, like, amping his ult charge up like nobody's freaking business.
That's true. When moving in a death ball, and if that dynamite just burns a few of them, that's a lot.
Yep, and he keeps doing it over and over and over again, and that, I think, is why he's gotten 5 frickin' Bobs so far. Oh, so we have a switch up again. We have Eldritch going back onto the Hamster, and we see, wow, just the entirety of Nacho Daddies is saying, screw your point, we're just going for the kills. 4-man hack, big hack again from Steam Bullocks, but CATastrophe is running back to point. Here comes the Reaper ult, gets no one. So picks are going back and forth right now. But it actually ends up being pretty even. Battle Mercy Cat gets in there and kills Senny McFluff. But Stormflower does get the res on to Senny McFluff. And just like that, we've got 30 seconds left. After that really excellent charge from the Nacho Daddies here, they've got to get something going. Eldritch almost dead to start this fight. Rolling away, just trying to get to some healing here. Eldritch almost has his ult too. So right now you can't afford to die. D-Mech is not a good way to start this for Jake. So we see Eldritch just trying to find a decent setup. They're going to need a touch here. 3 seconds left. Eldritch is on the point. Immediate picks from CATastrophe there. Getting a couple dead for the Nacho Daddies. We have Eldritch just trying. Sandy McFluff ends up blowing himself up or jumping off a cliff. And I think that is just about it, unfortunately. Nacho Daddies had a really good push there, but no such luck.
Man, Coco did call it in the chat.
That there was going to be goats.
Go big.
All right, so we're going to flip it around. Good progress from Nacho Daddies. I mean, I feel like I'm watching my own game because that's exactly where we pushed it to when we played. So I'm really hoping that we'll see. I mean, it could really still go anybody's way here. If the Nacho Daddies are able to just hold, then maybe they do take a game off CATastrophe, which is no short feat, as we've learned. They are not like fighting for the top spot for no reason. Boat. Boats aside. Boat, simply. Alright, let's see what we're gonna get. So we see Nacho Daddies going back to... they've run this comp before. Very similar to what we've seen them run. On the other side for attack this time for CATastrophe, we see Last Brown sticking to the Ashe. We see Star switching over to the Diva. Rince selecting the Genji, but I feel like he's going to end up picking a tank. I mean, unless Banana Jam picks up a tank and we suddenly have a Genji from Rince, who knows? But we're going to be playing Protect the Turret, it looks like, up here on this little platform. And I think Eldritch is trying to indicate to back up or something, or maybe pop a balloon. I have no idea what that was. But here we go. We see Star kind of running out the gate first, getting some eyes on the situation, but is going to end up taking a good chunk of damage for it. Already halved. One thing that the Nacho Daddies have been really effective at is focus on the Rein shield, because Rince's shield is gone. Unfortunately, the hook does not land, and we see, again, tons of people are burning here. We see Last Brown already almost at 30% ult charge. Good hook onto Banana, gets him picked. And Jake with an excellent wall there. Ooh, that's a risky play here from Math Not Math, being purpled in front of that turret, but does not get picked. Ooh, good hook. Pulls Star back. Star's going to get out okay. And there again, we see everybody on fire again. Last Brown, 69% ult. Hook onto the Diva. CATastrophe is pushing up as a team. Last Brown super close to death here. Xar is getting a pick on a Jake. Do I see a bird? Yep, Banana Jam switched over to Farah. And that apparently is enough, and it breaks the line for the Nacho Daddies.
Brown is ready for Bob, and there it is.
There goes Bob on the point.
3 of them anti.
Yep. Sandy McFluff, though, getting the first pick here. Eldritch right behind him. This is actually going in the Nacho Daddies' favor. Bob be damned. And Banana Jam, not seeing the turret, goes down. So, a good hold here. We see Last Brown has switched over to the Reaper to deal with these tanks. So we'll see if he's able to get ult charge as fast as he can on Reaper as he did as Ashe.
Man, I really think the bongos from Eldritch really saved that.
I would agree. Yeah, that sudden damage boost there had to have been very beneficial. So we see CATastrophe just kind of watching what's going on. Oh, good poof. Kind of exposes them to the wolves. There's a freeze. And we have a couple people frozen here. They need to take advantage of this. Molten Core goes down. There's a Diva Bomb on point, though. And that, I think, is going to be it. Yep, that's a team wipe. A lot of madness there. Ends up being a team wipe for CATastrophe. Coco in there trying to cheer on the rest of the Nacho Daddies there.
It must be so difficult trying to...
Oh, we have Eldritch popping some balloons here for good luck. And we see a bit of a switch again. We have a Tracer now in the game. And I think Steam Bullocks has switched over to the Tracer. And Senny McFluff, I was going to say, has to deal with the Pharah, and does immediately. Plus, they force back last round's Reaper. So nobody wants to deal with the Reaper. We see Star kind of jump up onto the high ground alone, trying to get a pick here. Gets a pick on a Stormflower. Math Not Meth kills Steam Bullocks as well. This is a great start for CATastrophe. Jay Bailey down 2. This is Eldritch, again, kind of alone on the point here. Just left out to dry because his team is dead. Poor guy. And Banana Jam getting vengeance on Senny McFluff. There's nobody left to contest other than Eldritch. The hero returns, trying to defend his point. Last round, ulting just to make sure that no one can return to the point. And that is going to be it. CATastrophe takes a coup. Almost Steam Bullocks, but not quite fast enough. CATastrophe takes a clean 3-0 sweep for the first match of the day. And it's going to be Rince's Reinhardt that gets play of the game this time. This is in this man. Such a great ult. And then going no shield, only swing on him. Respect it. Respect it. Whew, that'll do it.
Massive.
All right. And that is going to shore up our first match, our first match of the day. Whew. All right. So what we're going to do now is we are going to forego interviews for this first round, just for the sake of everybody kind of getting a break here. And what we're going to do then is we're going to take a brief 10-minute break from the stream. Give CATastrophe a chance to catch their breath. Give us a chance to catch our breath. Everybody kind of wins with it. So, yeah, absolutely spectacular showing from the Nacho Daddies, but not quite enough to overcome the juggernaut that is CATastrophe. All right. So, with that, we are going to go ahead and cut the stream here. Give us a couple minutes to get set back up, and then, yeah, we will see everybody in just a couple of minutes here. So just look for that notification. All you people who are subscribed and following us, you'll get that notification when we go live in probably about 10 minutes. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for the first match, and I will see everybody in like 10-15 minutes. Cool?